Alrighty guys, as they keep bringing us another Dragon Ball Legends TOP guide video. This is going to be part 1 of the walkthrough, right? Part 2 will come at a later date, but for now, this is the team we're going to be using right here. So we look at this, right? We have a little bit of a change up right here for our regeneration squad, but do not worry, these units are free to play, right? The units that we have swapped in are free to play right here. We do have this support 21 who is in Z tier. All of these, the entire team is in Z tier, but I do like this 21 a lot, right? I'm going to be using her, and then I'm also going to be using the free-to-play red 21 as well. I personally, I just like her a lot, mostly just because her key restore speed is phenomenal, 2,644, and then with the blue 21, this blue 21 will be freely healing her. Right, she does heal transforming warriors in range by 2%, and that does count for Android 21. It also counts for the purple Janemba as well, just in case your purple Janemba does end up getting lower in HP. But that being said, this is the squad we are rocking with. Make sure you guys are putting on specific equipment for this, right? I get this comment a lot on what equips do I recommend for TOP. So typically it's double golds and a silver, and the way to get these equips is you go over to the exchange shop. Right, you go over, you just scroll all the way down to the rare metals, and there's going to be a tab specifically for TOP. So the first, there's specific requirements for these, right? So like this one, for example, this is the Kaioken. Look, it gives triple stat buffs, right? Strike defense, blast defense, strike attack. This is specifically for melee typing, right? You can go and you go down this, you go for whatever typings you have. This one's for range type. This one's for defensive type, and so forth. You'll keep going down. So you want at least one of those. And then you want explosive crash. This one does have a requirement on it. Your unit does have to be 7 stars or above, right? That's the only condition that this one has, but it is base health. Frankly, I don't care about the other stats. They're nice, but just the base health is very good. And then this is the one I always use as well. It's only 1 stat for base health, but base health is super important, right? Because that's your overall HP. So that being said, I think we're ready to go ahead and dive right into it. Let's go ahead and just start on our path. Alright, so first fight is going to be this 4/5 stage straight ahead of us. I don't think it's going to be that bad at all, especially considering it's this fight right here. This is a very easy fight. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit different, right? This is kind of going to be like one of those test fights in a way, right? This is how I'm going to run the formation right here, and the reason why I say this is going to be one of those test fights because I need to see what my attack order is looking like, especially since we're bringing in 2 new units, right? Because that's very important in TOP, is knowing what your attack order is going to be, and it's going to be a little bit inflated right here because this 21 actually gives 30 key recovery, right? Plus 30 key recovery for tag regeneration for 1 turn, right? I'm pretty sure that's like every turn though, right, overall. And so we're going to go ahead and be using that alongside this boot tank, just buffing up his key recovery just a little bit. So we'll see where everyone ends up attacking here. Alright, so no matter what happens here, depending on the attack order and stuff like that, well, we'll show you the first fight as well. We're going to attack Kid Gohan first, right? Because if you don't kill him first, he's going to get his special move, right? Every time an ally dies, he does generate 100% to his blue card. So we got to get him out of the way first, and then Beerus is the next immediate threat. Right, and then I think it'll circle back around to I think because 21, the red 21, she has high key restore speed, so I think we'll go ahead and attack this Piccolo, and then we'll take out this Bulma, this Whis, and then Shallot at the very end. I always save Shallot for the end because he's pretty weak. Alright, so coming out of the fight, I have a better idea of where my attack order lies, right? My 21s definitely do attack first. I think we fumbled a little bit right here. I definitely do think we fumbled a little bit just in the fact that we were actually able to kill this Gohan, right, before my boot tanks even attacked, right? So my boot tanks ended up super attacking this Beerus, which was a little bit of a waste, right, when I could have gotten someone out of the way immediately, such as the Whis or the Bulma even, right? One of those 2 units. But other than that, now that I have a better general idea right here, we can go ahead and work around that. Alright, the next fight that we're going to be taking on is this 5/5 stage to the right of us. Once again, a very easy stage right here. Let's go ahead and get into our formation. So we're gonna go ahead and just use the same formation right here. I think, honestly, I think this is going to be more than fine with me. Well, we just swapped around the tiles and stuff like that. Another thing to mention here is that I completely forgot to swap this LF Piccolo to Blast. I always forget to do that. I hate that it doesn't automatically just make him Blast. And then not only him, but this 21 also is automatically set to Blast. I'm gonna go ahead and swap her over to Strike because she does have more Strike attack than she does Blast attack. Alright, so for attack order, I want to try to see if my 21s and my Janemba can take out this Goten before Bootank's attacks. Right? Because if we can go ahead and time that perfectly, then we can go ahead and just snipe the Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, right? And then we can come for this Gohan right here. And then we can start working on these greens. We can start working on the... we'll go for Rebrand, and then we'll just go ahead and double down on the greens, I think, actually. Alright, so unfortunately we were not able to just take out that Goten before Bootanks were super attacking. I honestly think maybe there's been a flaw in my... Maybe if I had 2 reds with high key restore speed, right? Another red that I was thinking about bringing, and I've been thinking about bringing here for a long time, is the red metal cooler, the Zenkai one, right? Because he has a relatively high key restore speed. He actually has key restore speed built into his kit as well. I think if we had 2 reds right here, we would have easily been able to kill this Goten and then kill the Great Saiyaman with the Bootanks, right? Because they all have higher key restore speed than him. We might have to try something out like that too, depending on the tiers for next season. But other than that, we did alright, right? 1.1 million points right here. I'm okay with this. For the next fight is another 5-fist stage, right? It is going to be another easy fight, though, at the very least. We just have some EX units and stuff like that. Pretty disorientated team. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be using right here. We'll just put we don't need like a million blues for this fight and stuff like that. So we're going to actually bust out the first form Cell right here, specifically for this one. Let's go ahead and just... I like, and the reason why I'm kind of just like doing this with the 21 setup right here is because she's buffing those 3 units specifically, right? While I'm also still getting the full heal from the left and right tiles of this Fat Boo as well. Alright, so for the attack order on this one, I think I'm actually going to go for Sin first. Let's try to take the yellow up because I know my 21s are going to be attacking first, which it does include the red 21. And then I need to get rid of the support, right? I need to start getting rid of the support as soon as possible. So let's go ahead and get started on the blue 21. And then this baby Vegeta, and then this purple 21, Fat Boo, and then the purple Chi-Chi at the very end. Alright, so coming out of that one right there, I think that was actually really good. I think targeting the Sin Shenron and the supports was actually a really good play right there. We did get the full kill. Once again, though, I honestly am still wishing that I would have brought in 2 like high key restore speed reds, especially for fights like this where we can just easily burst down any yellow that comes our way, right? But either way, I'm really happy about that. 1.2 million points. Let's go ahead and move on to the next. Alright, so next we do have this 4-fist stage to the left of us. Right, it is a Sun Family stage. This is going to be one of the more difficult stages right here, and there is a ton of blues, and there is Nappa right there as well. I hate fighting that Nappa because he puts a debuff on your entire team for the sustained damage. Alright, so this is the attack order we will be using right here. I have a faith that Bootanks can help kill the Gohan on turn 1, right? And then we have enough key restore speed here overall to get Goten out of the way before he even thinks about using his super attack, so this will be good for us, hopefully. Or so for attack order, I do want to get Gohan out of the way. I want to kill him, and then we'll get Goten, of course, Kaioken Goku, then Nappa. I really wish we could attack Nappa earlier, but all these other units are more important, right? But that Nappa is he's just so annoying in the fact of the debuffs. And then we'll get this Gohan, who does have a buff against regeneration. And then the healer Goku at the very end. I'm curious to see how much damage we take from this. Alright, so coming out of that one, our damage. I was worried about their damage, but our damage is really damn good. We almost, we got this Gohan below 50% HP. I think he was only like at 25% HP before Bootanks actually stepped in and hit him with the super attack right there. That was actually kind of crazy. I'm really impressed with our damage right here. Free to play Red 21. Her key restore speed is absolutely cracked out. Alright, so the next one is our 5th win bonus, right? This is going to be for all the marbles right here. This is an easy fight too. Alright, so for this team formation, we are going to be subbing LF Piccolo on bench, and I know that I never do that. That's usually pretty crazy to me, but we don't necessarily need him right here. And I think this formation has more than enough firepower to actually get it done, especially fairly early on, right? We do have the super attack ready for us with this free-to-play 21, right? She's at 97%. We will get that 3% at the start. Plus, keep in mind, we also get the extra gauge rate from the blue 21 support. So we are going to be able to essentially just snipe that Kid Gohan right off rip. And so we're going to go ahead and just play it like this. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and get Gohan first, and then we can definitely get Whis. Right, we can get Whis out of the way, and then we'll go for Piccolo, Bulma, or All right, so for attack order, what I want to do here is I want to get Gohan out of the way, right? And then we can definitely get Whis out pretty easily. Then we need to get Beerus, Bulma, Piccolo, and then Shallot, going for like a different approach this time around. Let's see if it pays off. All right, so like I said before, coming out of that one, that was actually pretty solid, I would say. 1.4 million points. I think the most impactful thing about this fight was just the fact that we were able to snipe this Kid Gohan and get the Whis out all in turn 1. But I'm kind of thinking, since we did have so much firepower, because literally the free-to-play 21 just one-shot him, maybe we should have just got the super attack off on Beerus, even with the Boo Tanks, just because this Beerus does inflict you with the debuff of can't attack for 1 turn at the beginning of the 2nd turn, so maybe we should have just went ahead and canceled that out before he even got the chance to do it. But I'm not too sure. I'm still happy with the fight overall. Alright, so next we do have a forfeit stage, right, in the form of well, rival universe, essentially, right here, right? You got the Warriors of Love, you got the Trio of the Dangers, and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and talk about our attack order. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be using right here. I think this is going to be pretty solid, honestly, especially because Janemba has his super attack available to him, plus he's on the tile in which he's going to upgrade that special move damage even more, and we're going to do something a little bit weird with it, honestly. Alright, and so by weird, I mean I want to try to use it on Champa, right, because I know we're going to get Champa to a decent amount of like low HP just because the free-to-play Red 21 is going to be doing a ton of damage against him specifically. Right, I'm just hoping that Janemba's blue card can finish him off. That way we can go ahead and get the Boo Tank's blue card on the Bergadmo right here, right? And after that, I think we can freely just go after, I don't know, maybe we can go after the yellow right here, and then we can go after this guy, and then Rosie at the very end. So, spoiler alerts, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to kill Champa right there. I mean, either way, though, look at the health on our units, man. Look at the health on our units. We're eating so good right now. But yeah, it wasn't enough damage to Champa right there, so we kind of wasted the blue card with Boo Tanks on him. I should have just went for a red overall. Once again, like, if I had 2 reds with higher key restore speed than Boo Tanks, this Champa would have been done for, man. He would have been toast, and then things probably would have worked out a lot better right there. But either or, 1.1 million points. Let's go to move on to the next. All right, so next we do have a forfeit stage right here. Right, it is against kind of like, well, essentially like Sun Family, right? But it does not have the Super Saiyan Gohan on it, so it's a lot easier than normal. Alright, so not only does it not have Super Saiyan Gohan on the squad, but we also have a key restore speed tile for the Boo Tanks right here. You guys already know how I feel about this. I love putting Boo Tanks on these specific tiles right here to ensure that he gets his super attack first and foremost before any of our other units. So we're going to do exactly that right here. And maybe we might even get a super attack with the free-to-play 21 right here, especially with their buff from the Zenkai 21, right? So let's go and get right into it. So honestly, since we do have the key restore speed tile with Boo Tanks, I want to try to get the red out of the way, right? I want to try to get him out of the way, and then of course we'll go for Goten next, right? This transforming one, and then the Kaioken Goku, and then we'll get this Goten right here. We'll get the death buff, or actually, hold on, we got to get this healer Goku and then the death buff Goku at the very end, right? Because we don't want this death buff Goku to actually hand out these death buffs to his allies. Dude, when I tell you guys that was like the easiest Sun Family of my fight of my life, like I'm being so dead ass with you guys right now. 1.2 million right here. We finished everything on turn 3. We avoided all super attacks as well. This was an absolute cakewalk, right? This team is literally nothing without that Super Saiyan Gohan, right? And vice versa too, right? If it's just a Super Saiyan Gohan without the Super Saiyan Goten, like it's literally, you need those 2 units. You need those 2 units for this to be completely like OP. But this was really good overall. Alright, so next we have another forfeit stage right ahead of us. It is going to be the form of this fight right here. Once again, another very easy fight. So let's go ahead and go through it once again. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and be doing it like this. I am going to bust out the Janemba right here. He is very close to his super attack. Right, he's at 87%. If he can get that naturally, without actually getting hit with the, if he can get it naturally and then get hit with the blast card to just jump right back up to 50%, that'd be absolutely amazing. But you know, we're not going to put too much hope into that right there. We also have the super attack with the blue 21, so I know my 21s together are going to be able to just snipe the Gohan, right, ultimately. So let's see what we got right here. Alright, so once again we're going to do something a little bit experimental, right? I'm going to get the Gohan first and then the Whis, right? And then after that, I think I'm actually gonna go for this Bulma, since I do have 2 blues queued up right here, right? And then we'll get Beerus, Shallot, and then the Piccolo at the very end. Alright, so that fight actually went pretty good. I think my only mistake right there is that I should have just doubled down on both of the greens towards the end right there in terms of my formation and just left Shallot for the 6th unit to get targeted right there, right? So I should have just went Beerus, Piccolo, then Shallot instead of going Beerus, Shallot, Piccolo. I think that's the only thing I would change right there, but overall, I think that's... We're kind of just playing around with this team still, right? We're kind of just being experimental here and literally having little to no punishment for it either. Look at our health. Alright, next fight is a 5-5 stage right here, and it is a Sun family stage with both the Transforming Goten and the Gohan right here. So let's go and talk about our formation. Alright, so this is the formation we're going to be using right here, and we do have a key restore speed tile for our Bootinks right there. The only thing that does suck about this is that Red 18 is on the opposing team, so this top row right here, these 3 tiles, they're all going to be getting hit with debuffs right here, right? So Bootinks is going to get hit by a debuff, and unfortunately the Red 21 is also going to be getting hit with a debuff right here. So we kind of have to just try to speed blitz this as soon as possible, right? But other than that, I think we're going to be okay right here. Alright, so first order of business, I think Gohan, right? So we get Gohan out of the way first, then Goten, then Kaioken Goku, right? Then we'll get the debuff 18, this Angel Vegeta, and then the healer Goku at the very end. Alright, so coming out of that one, dude, we got cucked. We got cucked so hard, bro. I mean, honestly, still looking really great all around right here. Bootinks took a little bit of damage, a little bit more than I would have wanted him to, but it's just expected considering the fact that we didn't have him getting heals at all right there. But we did get the full kill, avoided all the super attacks right here. The only thing that really sucks is that at the end of turn 2, we could have killed this Kaioken Goku with our Fat Boot, because our Fat Boot does attack last in our lineup right here. But since he's strike based, guess who came in and saved the day? This bird coup right here. The healer Goku went and cover changed for him. So at the beginning of turn 3, when my Piccolo, my LF Piccolo super attacks, he super attacked like literally a one-tap Kaioken Goku, right? Or a one-card Kaioken Goku, which does suck, which was very, very unfortunate and just slowed down the pace of the entire fight, making us rely on the rush right there. Alright, for the next fight that we are going to be taking is our 10th win streak bonus, right? This is an important fight. Unfortunately, it is against a 4-5 stage because there's only 4-5 stages available. Well, there's 2 4-5 stages and a 3-5 stage, right? Because the others are a healing tile and a party formation tile, which we do not want to land on. So we're going to be taking this one right ahead of us, and look at this. Beautiful. Easy. Alright, easy breezy cover girl. We're gonna go ahead and talk about our attack formation. It's going to be fairly simple. We've already fought this like twice right now. Alright, so this is the attack order the attack formation that we're going to be using right here. Once again, our free-to-play 21 at 100% to her special move Gauge right here. You can see she's farming these blue cards like it's nothing, and she's going to be able to easily take out that Kid Gohan for us right off rip. And we have a bunch of other super attacks right here too. I think I'm gonna actually just go for the Beerus kill. I know it's 2 blue units that are going to be getting their super attacks off, but I just want to ensure that I don't get hit with the can't attack debuff on the start of turn 2 by that Beerus. So once again, we're gonna, and I'm sorry guys, we're being really experimental this season, but once again, we are going to be doing that. We're going to go ahead and go for Gohan first, then Beerus, right? And by the time we finish off Beerus, I think it's gonna circle back to like our reds and our blues. So let's go ahead and just get Whis out of the way, right? Because we do have 2 blues on the field. Let's get Whis out of the way, and then, you know, let's go for this Bulma, Piccolo, and then Shallot at the very end. Dude, that was legit the perfect everything right here. Everything just fell 1.8 million points off of that too, by the way. We used a lot of super attacks right there, but we finished the entire fight on turn 3 right here. We were able to just snipe Gohan. We were able to kill the the Beerus, and we were able to kill Whis all in turn 1. Literally 3 kills in turn 1 right there. It was absolutely phenomenal. Probably the only, no, I wouldn't even change that. I think everything was perfect right there. I think attack order was perfect. I think the party formation was perfect as well. Alright, so next we are going to be taking a 5-5 stage, right? That is Sun Family. It is Sun Family, but the saving grace about this is that, well, we'll see. We'll see. Alright, so the saving grace I was talking about is that we have once again another key restore speed tile, right? We have it right here with our Bootinks, so he's going to be able to attack first, getting his blue card off first, which is going to be very impactful for the rest of the match right here. The only thing that sucks here is that we have to, well, we don't have to, but I'm going to put this Fat Boo on this key restore speed tile. That way he can heal up the Cell, and he can heal up the Piccolo right here. So he's also going to be getting our key restore. It's going to mess up our attack order a little bit because our greens are going to be attacking fairly early on, but I guess that's all right. Let's go ahead and talk about our attack order now. So once again, it is going to be Gohan first. Gohan is going to die here, right? And then we got to get Goten, Kaioken, debuff 18, Angel Vegeta, and then Healer Goku at the very end. This is literally the same attack order as last time. This is what I want to do. Bro, those yellow units are so ridiculously, stupidly tanky, bruh. It actually pisses me off. But 1.4 million, almost basically 1.5 million right there. Bootanks, it sucks where Bootanks was at. I mean, I think he's going to be alright. I think he's going to, hopefully he's going to be alright. But the thing that really sucks here about the Bootanks is just the fact that, he was on that top tile, right? So he was getting debuffed by this stupid red 18. And he got hit like 2 or 3 times right there, and so he took a lot of damage. That's why you do see him extremely low HP right here. But we did get the full kill, avoided all the super attacks once again, but we did have to rely on the rush. I'm telling you, dude, this Vegeta and this Goku just eat damage for days. Everyone else kind of just folds pretty easily, except for those two for whatever reason. All right, but next we do have another 5-5 stage. Right, it is going to be against, we got a mixture of Super Warriors, God Ki, and Saiyans, so this one's going to be pretty easy. All right, so next, all right, so this is the formation we will be using right here. Finally, our Bootanks will be able to get a little bit of health from the Fat Boo, and he's on a Key Restore speed tile, right, which is always amazing for this man right here. That way he can go ahead and get his super attack first in line. Let's go ahead and talk about our attack order. All right, so for attack order, I think we can easily get this man out of the way quickly, right? Especially with Bootanks getting his super attack off. And then I think Turles will go down pretty easily. He also has support, so it's good to get him out of the way. And then I don't know if this is going to be optimal, but I want the green unit out of the way as soon as possible, right? Because what's the point of me getting hills with Bootanks if this green unit is just consistently attacking him throughout the match, right? Then we'll go for Krillin, Yamcha, and then Death Buff Vegeta at the very end. Once again, I do not want him to actually pass out these death buffs to his allies. Alright, so absolutely incredibly easy fight right there. 1.5 million points. You could even optimize it even further. I really don't think I had the best lineup or best attack order right there, right? Because just because of the fact that I aggroed this Green Goku on turn 3 because I just felt it necessary in order to keep my Bootanks from taking any damage at all. I think the best play was instead of taking the green unit out first, you should have just went for a purple and then for the green. But I was just kind of frantic in a way, right? Like I was just nervous for Bootanks' health overall, right? I gotta care for him. Alright, so next fight we are going to be taking on is a forfeit stage. I mean, honestly, too, throughout this route, like I said to you guys, it is very subjective. Like, this is my own path right here. I kind of want to take the safer path, especially because I hate these Sun Family fights, especially the Sun Family fights with Nappa on it, right? With all these, because he has the full board debuff, right? He has the full board debuff. With units like Red 18, at least you can kind of work around it, right? She only debuffs 4 tiles, so you have some other tiles to work around. But Nappa is just a full board. He's just a full board. I don't want to do this fight. I don't want to, or actually, hold on. I don't think it's too bad, especially because there's a Key Restore speed tile right here. Maybe we will do this fight. Just for the points, just so we can pop off. Yeah, screw it. We'll go ahead and do this fight, I guess. I think that the safer option is definitely this forfeit stage, because look at how easy it is. Look at how, this is why I had this in my path in the first place, in the guide videos initially, right? Look at how easy this one is. But I guess we'll go ahead and do this one just because there's a Key Restore speed tile. Alright, so this is the attack order that I have right here. Bootanks is going to be standing on this Key Restore speed. I'm just hoping, dude, I'm really just praying and hoping that Bootanks doesn't get attacked here. Like, attack Fat Boo. Attack the 21s. Don't attack LF Piccolo. Don't attack my Bootanks. Attack literally everyone else. Alright, so for attack order, Gohan will die on turn 1. Goten should die on turn 2 at the beginning of it before he gets a super attack. Then we'll go for Kaiu Goku, Nappa, regeneration buff Gohan, and then Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 at the, that's going to be a little bit annoying because Great Saiyaman 1 and 2 has very high Key Restore speed, so we're not really going to be able to interrupt any of his attacks. He's going to get all 4 attacks off, I think. As long as he attacks some of the blues and not the LF Piccolo, I think we're going to be alright here. Honestly, all things considered, how scared I was of this fight and stuff like that, that was pretty good. That was honestly pretty good. Bootanks, I feel like, even got a heal up right there. So 1.5 million points. I'm more than happy with that. Not bad at all. I think I would stick with the same attack order if I could replay this fight again. Alright, so that being said, that is going to wrap it up for part 1. Let's go ahead, before we actually hop out the video right here, let's see where we reside. Alright, so the number 1 player is at 18 million. Right, he's at 18 million. Let's see where we are at currently right now. What is our current standing? And then literally the top 600. Top 600 right here, and this is what the safe route. Top 600, and this was what the safe route, man. Imagine if we went for all the 5 stages instead. We probably could have hired it up a little bit, like, but we could probably amped it up a lot right here. Considering that I went for some of the more easier fights right here, overall, I think this is really, really good. And so that being said, If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, definitely drop them below in the comment section. And if you guys enjoy the content, leave a like and maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button. It greatly helps out the channel and me personally. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!